You know, this campaign has been kind of very strange. Compared to the previous campaign, there were clearly great powers in the world. This seems to be more kind of opinionated because the world is, vast, and there's, like, look at the Canadian Empire. They control all of North America, but they're not really involved in politics, but they obviously have a lot of power themselves. Korea kind of came out of nowhere. They're going to be, it looks like a great power. There are, like, almost great powers, but not exactly. It's all up for debate. And because it is turn 400, it's a pretty good time to go ahead and check the Info-Addicts. I've been wanting to check the Info-Addicts every 50 turns. And, after we check the Info-Addicts, well, obviously, I think we kind of know what we're going to see here. But I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. As of this video right now, who would you say is the top 3 most powerful nations? I don't think I'm going to give my opinion, because I don't want to, influence anybody else. But, I just want to know, top 3. Who do you think is most powerful? Now let's go ahead and check over the Info-Addicts, and then that'll probably help some of you guys decide. We've got actually United Kingdom out of nowhere with in second place in terms of population. That is really surprising. They passed up Korea. I didn't realize that Australia was so high in population. Look at India with 2 cities at 21 million. That's crazy. Crop yields, once again, France, but Canada has really just skyrocketed up. So is Colombia, though. Colombia has quite a bit of power in Latin America, and we don't give Colombia enough credit either. Colombia could technically, become the great power if they were to just destroy Argentina. But they have decided against it for some reason. I'm guessing they've got their hands all over in all sorts of different islands around the world, so they don't really want to, I guess. Manufactured goods is led by Colombia. Wow. I have to say, maybe I've definitely underestimated Colombia. I haven't underestimated Canada. I just haven't talked about them that much. I know how powerful they are, but they just haven't done much. But no, Colombia I have underestimated, and it looks like they are stronger than I believe. France, Canada, Colombia, Korea. Let's check on land area. Canada, France, Korea, Persia. Military power. Okay, so there it is, number 1 and 2, both at war with Russia, France, and Korea. Looks like Korea's slightly caught up to the French Empire, slightly. Didn't realize that Persia was 3. That's crazy. Something to remember is Siam in 4th place, about 350,000, above 350,000. Korea's about 100,000 troops more. That's important to remember, because if Korea starts to fall, Siam might try to, jump in there. Surprised to see Canada's forces so low. Colombia as well, both of those. That's pretty shocking that they're so low on this list. Let's check on technologies. Oh, France has really came out of nowhere. 3 techs above Korea right now. Geez, no wonder they're able to just dominate any war they get themselves into. They're 10 techs above pretty much the entire world. Minus Korea, they're 10 techs or more above the entire world. How did France get this much technology? I don't know. I have no idea. Science. Oh, well, there you go. They're making like 1,500 science. Even though they don't have that many cities. They must have really focused on science or something. I don't know. Let's check on overall cities, though. I love this one. Bam. Canada at 23, and that's only going to get more and more. Colombia is actually going to, I think, lose their colonies in Madagascar, so that'll drop. France will maybe grab a few more cities, and Korea will definitely be higher on this list next time we check it. Only at 13 right now. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to give my opinion, but there does seem to be kind of a top 5, technically. Colombia, and this is in no order. Canada, France, Korea, and Persia? Maybe Persia, honestly. They have a pretty big military. They could keep going. They might be able to keep doing stuff. Egypt has decided to declare war on Carthage, but Carthage is going to be destroyed right now. Napoleon's built the Pentagon. We have Rome falling, and then the former Polish city falling to the French Empire. So, bam, Carthage is dead. And notice the Ottomans still have borders through French territory, but very clean borders as far as Europe goes, for the most part. Very interesting. Russia has taken back their former city. Did they bring anything towards the Korean front? Not really. Let's see what the Koreans do. The Koreans are going to for sure be distracted, actually. They're going to be kind of split between which city to attack, which is going to be a problem. Cordoba, again, captured by Spain. We have the French and the Polish piecing out, which is very good news for the French Empire. Now they can completely focus on the much bigger foe, obviously, Russia. a lot of units next to St. Petersburg, and with all these artillery units, they're going to do a lot of damage when trying to siege the city out. You know, I actually think that Russia might be able to survive this. I'm starting to think they can survive. I think they might lose this one. They might lose another city, but they'll still have maybe 7 cities in their arsenal. And most of those are their core cities that they really need. A lot of the other ones are, you know, puppets. They weren't really necessarily using them. Yeah, almost double. This is showing us almost double. It's strange how that always pops up after we check the info addicts. That's the second time it's done that. Yeah, so Persia's doing what we said they needed to do, and they've rebuilt their empire. They've rebuilt their military. You know, they should potentially attack maybe... Well, here's the thing. Persia, it's going to start to get a little bit more tougher. A little bit more tough, I guess, for Persia, because now who do you go to war with? It's really not that much. You can clean up this area, but that would mean you'd have to go to war with the Congo. If you have the Ashanti on your side, you might be okay, but I don't know. This area still needs to, you know, could be definitely wiped out. Morocco with 1 city, Mali with 1 city, and then, you know, the Congo with this colony that's completely undefended, and it's a puppet, too. Well, it's not undefended. It does have 2 melee and 1 artillery unit. Let's see how Korea does. Ooh, Citadel's been plopped down. I mean, that's still fine, but yeah, Korea's going to take this city over, I believe. But that Citadel is interesting. Especially with, it's actually going to hurt, I think, the Zulu. Or not, it's not going to hurt the Zulu, but the Zulu have taken this city over. They'll take over this one too. So Colombia's going to lose 2 of their cities, like I said. It's actually going to hurt Russia, I think, more, this Citadel. Because it'll be harder to defend this city. Well, the city's going to fall either way. It doesn't really matter. Just kind of want to see exactly where these core military power units from Russia end up going, towards the Western Front or the Eastern Front. Do they stay? I think they stay where they are at. They defend their big cities. The problem is when this city falls, this is a core city. It's 15 population. It is annexed. I believe this was an Indian city originally. This is a core city. This will be really good for the Koreans to have under their control. Let's see what the French do. French will take this over. Oh, they didn't. They didn't. If they did take it over, that would be good, because then the Russians would try to take it back and move towards the west. But they might reinforce in the east. I think that we're also going to see a lot of units in the Caspian Sea. I think we'll see a Persian-Ottoman war. That's like kind of one of the only things that could happen. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw out estimations here. I've gotten pretty good at predicting, I think. Ooh, this is gonna get interesting now. You need to make room for a melee unit. And you're beginning the siege of this city, which is much bigger, much tougher than they've tried to siege before. This is going back and forth still. Jeez, look at that. Oh my gosh. And a fleet of privateers just waiting to just walk in. And just one by one, the British are losing privateers, pretty much. I guess the Spanish are also losing riflemen. So strange. Very crazy. And yeah, I don't know really what to say. There's a lot of things going on. Now the Ottomans are actually moving to the north. Don't know if they're looking to attack Denmark or not. All right, so will France take this over? No, I don't think so. They still don't have a melee unit nearby, and they still don't. They still do not. They've got paratroopers that they could drop down. It was a smart move by Napoleon to peace out with Poland. That was smart, but right now he's not being very smart by not putting a melee unit there. Yep, that is what I was thinking. But they needed open borders through the Ottoman territory, or the Russians. Remember we talked about this. The Ottomans needed open borders through the Russians to attack with the fleet of the Black Sea, the fleet in the Black Sea. So they're gonna have to. It'd actually help a lot the Ottomans if the French take this city, because that way they have more room to attack from the north down. Bam, Korea took this city over. Spain, yeah, whatever, Spain. So this will be a little bit now. They can kind of focus more of their efforts. And the Zulu took over all of Madagascar, all their islands. So the Zulu are looking much better. Oh, I didn't realize that there's going to be some naval conflicts going on in the Atlantic. That's pretty cool. I don't know if we can call any of these... I don't know. I haven't really been keeping World War in my mind, but there kind of has been. I mean, it's kind of wrapping up now, but there was that massive Persian conflict. The Koreans were involved. The Colombians were at war with Siam a little bit. I think we're in the tail end of a modern world war in 1982. It's still finishing up. We're still going through the results, but most of the world's starting to go to peace, starting to go after some peace. I think there's going to be a time of stability. Now it's turned 403. Going to be 404. Again, France will not be able to take this over, but they need it. The Ottomans would really... Oh, they did. How'd they take it over? Oh, I think I didn't count the mobile SAM. Yeah, I didn't realize that. So this is good for the Ottomans. Now they can surround the city a bit more. Japan has declared war in both Poland and Ethiopia. And the Ottomans are going to attempt to take back their own city. We'll see if they can do it. And now it's going to be the Russians didn't take back their city. That's big. Now the Russians are going to be, I think, more focused on the French front than the Korean front. They realize that the French are so much closer to Moscow than the Koreans are. That's, I think, the AI prioritizes their defense there. The AI prioritizes the defense of their capital over everything else, which will make it very easy to take over these two cities. They're also spread out. There's no more, closely knitted, consolidated. Oh, Australia, consolidated, cities over this way. It'll be a lot easier for an AI to take over, widespread cities. So Australia declared war on Polynesia. They could have a lot of success attacking Honolulu. It looks like they will. They already had a fleet over here. And they've got much more coming. Is Polynesia... Oh, and that's right. They also have... So Polynesia has 4 cities. They might even try to attack California. Polynesian California. Bam, Canada's going to try to eliminate America. Oh, and Canada's going after Polynesia too. So Canada is going for their dominance of North America. They're going to try to almost eliminate everybody. France has a few colonies in the north. I wouldn't be surprised if we do eventually see a French-Canadian war by the end of this. But obviously it won't really mean much. Canada has no fleet. But Canada will take, I think, 2 cities away, potentially. Maybe 3 if France decides to settle another one. Oh, they've got this one here too. France and Canada seem to be kind of in like a weird alliance right now. Oh, okay, we need to go back to where all the action is going on. Eastern Europe is where it's at. So I think the Ottomans will get the job done, especially as France continues to move through Russian territory. That way the Ottomans have more freedom to move throughout the Polish area. The Koreans have begun this siege. I think I'll give them 3 turns. No, 2 more turns. I'm gonna say 2 more turns before they take this city. And there is going to be kind of a deadlock here between the final remaining, Russian fighting forces and the massive French military. And they still have more. Still a lot more they could bring over. That's the scary part. So we're definitely... One thing that's nice, I think, and I don't know, maybe we'll see how many actually get the job done, but on Immortal difficulty, it does seem like the borders are a lot more clean. The AIs that have these colonies and these scattered cities and empires all over the place, by the end of the campaign, the empires look very clean. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Champa and the Vietnamese, they were eliminated. I mean, the Vietnamese are still around, but I mean, like, this eventually cleaned itself out. Right now, we're about to see Poland, as well as all of the Polynesian and Washington cities eliminated as well by Canada. It just kind of seems to me like the higher difficulties mean for a little bit cleaner borders by the end of it. And maybe this is going to sound weird from me, but I actually think that the Persian borders are pretty clean. I think they're cool. I think it looks really great. Are the Persians after the Ethiopians? As of right now, if they take over Ethiopia, that would be clean. Oh, Egypt's going to take it over, actually. Egypt's actually going to get the job done. It's a miracle. Okay, let's go towards... France is focused completely on Moscow. They are focused completely on Moscow, it looks like. As well as France is going to lose a lot of their military. Now, what if Spain were to have declared war? there's not much over here. Or if Great Britain and Spain stopped fighting and they worked together, honestly, I think they do some damage. Again, I've always talked about this. Look how close Paris is to the UK. So close. But I think Napoleon realizes they have to. I think the French AI realizes that their two biggest enemies kind of right now, Spain and the UK, are fighting against each other in kind of an eternal war. So they can kind of do whatever they want. They can essentially do almost whatever they want. Ottomans, don't mess this up, man. Don't mess this up. You're kind of giving me the vibe that you're going to mess this up. I know you need the French to get out of your way, but I mean, everything's going well for you so far. Embargo of Spain and world religion of Confucianism, that will for sure get passed. That's something that we should have checked in on a while ago. Confucianism now is 84 cities follow Confucianism compared to second place. Catholicism seems to have caught up a little bit with 27 cities, but still insane, 84. That's insanity. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Bam, Ethiopia's lost their capital, so we do have a nice, another nice little clean border now. More clean borders, kind of. Congo are here. The Congo are the only ones that, only kind of major empire that has these colonies still existing. Is Australia distracted by this Polynesian city? It looks like they are, unless this fleet is going to clean up everything. Australia seems to be a little bit distracted by everything that they can attack. Just ignore this. Canada's going to take this over eventually. Actually, Canada doesn't have as big of a military as we talked about, as we thought, I mean. When we looked into the info-addicts, they were not as powerful as maybe most people thought, I think. Yeah, so, okay, I think the Ottomans are going to eliminate Poland. Poland will be another nation that has been eliminated. We've seen a lot of nations eliminated in this campaign, which was weird because in the beginning of the series, we didn't see that much. So on Emperor difficulty, we saw a lot of nations eliminated in the beginning of the series, where we had less nations at the end. At this, it's the opposite. A lot of nations survived that, ancient, classical, and medieval wars, and we're seeing so many other countries fall in the modern era, in the informative era, or the information era. I always say that. I always say that wrong. Always. Anyways, wow, that actually did not pass. Well, that's because no one else voted for it, but Australia. I wonder why Australia was so adamant on that. Well, I guess everyone really wanted to embargo Spain. We have France declaring war on Morocco, as well as Egypt. We'll see if anyone else does that too. Thing is, though, France doesn't have a way to get this way. They don't have a way to get over towards Morocco. I guess they do in the Atlantic, but there's not that big of a fleet there. I thought I saw a settler in the Atlantic, but I guess not. Okay, so what's going on here? How are you doing? Moscow is under siege, and the reinforcements are maybe not enforcing Moscow as much as I thought. Surprised that they're not. Korea will take over this city next turn. Well, maybe not next turn, because there's no melee unit nearby. They're trying to sneak one in. Looks like they'll probably eventually do it, but not yet. And that is going to be it for this video. Wow. Looks like we'll see 2 cities fall. We see the fall of Russia, fall of Poland, maybe the fall of Polynesia too, with the Canadians and Australians working together. A lot of late game wars. Makes things very exciting. I love it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.